Hello and welcome to Mindset Mondays with DTK. This is episode number 164 in an ongoing series of live broadcasts designed for folks who already have figured out the most important thing, and that is, I love the pause, right? That is, wow, the only way to really truly get better at doing what you do is to get better at being who you be. It's to go deep into that work of peeling off that which is not you, not true, not authentic, and living, loving, and leading from there. That's who this broadcast is for. Now, if you'll take just a moment and just below the video, click share and invite your friends, your colleagues, the folks in your world to this conversation. The more voices we have in the conversation, the richer it is. Whew. All right, so I'm going to ask everybody a question as we get deeper into the broadcast, and here it is. What fuels your spirit? So start thinking about it, start planning to answer it, and let's play. Again, what fuels your spirit? Because that's what this is about today. You know, I started this off with the idea that sleep is not enough. It's because sleep, nutrition, and exercise, those are the three levers that I can use and you can use to regulate your brain activity. They're the physical, chemical levers that make your brain and your body work better. Sleep resets and recharges, restores the body. That's where the healing is done. That's where the restoration happens. Nutrition's both energy source and the building blocks as your body repairs. And exercise keeps the system humming and expands capacity. It shifts the neurochemical soup in our bodies. But there's a fourth lever. And that's the piece we get to play with today is a quote from Myss. And that's this, because it takes a moment for the screen to come up. What drains your spirit drains your body. What fuels your spirit fuels your body. And this is the key to play with today. What drains your body drains your spirit. What fuels your body fuels your spirit. And again, remember, I'm going to ask you, as we get a little further in, to share with me what fuels your spirit. So get ready. Because that's the piece for me, is I know what fuels my spirit. That fourth lever, that metaphysical one, that's the soul food, right? Feeding my soul is a critical piece of brain health, right? Feeding my soul, my spirit, it's the singularly most impactful, powerful lever because that's the amplifier of everything else. The truth is, when I give my intention and my attention and my conscious choice, and therefore my energy to the things that feed my spirit, I sleep better. I eat better. I move more. And I'm more alive and I'm more connected. And I'm more able to serve when I ignore my spirit, when I neglect my soul. Man, I'm drained faster than I am by a sleepless night, and my energy is sapped more effectively than a hollow Krispy Kreme donut kind of meal. And I'm more sluggish than I am after like an Arctic winter. But that's it. I'm clear what fuels my soul. For me, it's about connection. For me, it's about family time. For me, it's about time on the bike. For me, it's about diving deep into new learning. For me, it's about heart time, both in connection with me and in connection with others. And dude, time in the kitchen, cooking, that's therapy for me. Most of the things that fuel my spirit involve connection with self or others and time together with self and others. And that's important. That's how I get fueled. And when I miss those things, oof, I'm drained. And I asked, what fuels your spirit? Dr. Robin said, teaching and watching people get it and take steps closer to their goals. Oh my God. No, I get that, Robin. It's that that epiphanous moment, that transformative moment, that flash when the light bulb flips on. I told a prospective client that once, that I don't do this for my clients. I do this for me. It's purely selfish, which is strange, but for me, when the energy I get when somebody's light bulb flips on and when that transformation happens, I don't care what their transformation is, it's theirs. But the energy that I get from that, that's why I do this work. It happens that the very thing that fuels me serves them. So, Robin, I totally get that. Watching people get it and take steps closer to their goals. So, what else? We've got several people that are in today. On, by the way, this is live on Facebook and on YouTube and on LinkedIn and on Clubhouse. So that's an opportunity for folk to share on any of the platforms. It's, what is it that fuels your spirit? And I'm also getting texts at the same time. We've got folks that are talking about the things that fuel their spirit. There's somebody in my world who's a competitor. And when they reach a new PR, when they hit a new level, it changes the world for them. That's something that fuels their soul. Competing with themselves, it's not about winning the race necessarily, although that can charge. But it's about hitting that next PR. One of the things that happens, I'm a Peloton addict, and every time you do your next level of fitness testing, the next round of rides, you have tendency to hit PRs or personal records and exceed your last numbers. And that's an incredible feeling because I'm competing with myself. I'm up leveling myself. And I get that. There's a huge charge that comes from that. What drains your spirit drains your body. What fuels your spirit fuels your body. You know, paying attention to that connection is a huge gift you can give yourself. There are comments coming in on LinkedIn that several coming in that are about service and serving folk, that when you're in that place of service, it's incredibly powerful. There was a time when I was running at a lower capacity. I had fewer clients at the time, and I've had times where I have called clients and said, "Hey, do you need some coaching?" I needed a fix. I needed that lift. I wanted that lift from coaching. Early on in my coaching career, as I was noticing the fuel that I get from it, we had peer coaching pods. Loved those because that gave me a chance to get that juice, not just from the transformation that I created, but also the opportunity to be of service. It's that selfish in service of. Feeding my soul gives me the opportunity to serve more and gives me the energy to serve more. Robin, I don't know if that's the same for you, that I know that the more I feed my spirit, the more resilient my body is, the more responsive my body is, the more able I am to handle, let's just say, the craziness, the constant new abnormals that we went through during 2020. Thankfully, the Peloton we ordered in November of 2019 arrived in January of 2020. Oh my God, it was perfect timing. During lockdown, in the craziest times here, I had the opportunity to fuel myself, to do something that actually served my body and my spirit, and be in connection with others through the challenges that we were doing, and constantly give myself markers to go after and things to chase. My God, I needed that so much during lockdown. And I think that's it. It's being willing to serve what it is that you need when you need it. I've many friends and clients, and I've dealt with this as well, where we have all been told that selfish is bad. We've confused the definition of that word. Selfish is merely attending to the needs and the wants and the desires of self, caring for self, attending to self. That has nothing to do with a negative impact on anybody else. We confuse selfish with self-centered. Dude, self-centered is attention to self or caring for self to the exclusion or detriment of others. That's a negative. I mean, narcissism at the far end of the spectrum is attention to self. What do you mean they're others? It's a very different animal. And again, self-centered is also very different than selfish. Selfish is merely that caring for and attention to self. That is critical. If we're ever able to serve anyone else, if we're ever able to be there for anyone else, you can't give what you ain't got. You have to take care of yourself. You have to fuel your body and fuel your spirit. When I'm ignoring my needs, I'm less than my best as a partner, as a parent, as a son, as a coach, as a friend, as a leader, as a thought leader, as a speaker. All of the ways in which I show up in the world, all the ways in which I choose to show up in the world are diminished when I don't care for myself. So if I'm not selfish, it's impossible for me to be selfless. If I'm not selfish, it's impossible for me to serve at my best. To live, love, and lead at my best, I have to start with myself. I have to love myself. I have to serve myself. I have to lead myself in order to live, lead, and love at my best for others. So that's the invitation for all of you this week, is to look at leaning into the things that fuel your soul and your body so you can live, love, and lead at your best. Be selfish so that you can serve others. Fuel your body, fuel your spirit so that you can fuel others. So be selfish this week, because you can't give what you ain't got. And share this message with those around you. We are, in some ways, in some areas, we are beginning to emerge from this current new abnormal. We are breaking out of lockdown. We are moving towards a newer, less abnormal. And as we do, and as we're in more connection with more folk and creating whatever our next looks like, now more than ever, it's important to pay attention to what fuels our body and fuels our spirit. Do the soul work. Do the self work. Pay attention to what you need so that you can be in and of service to others. So join me also at facebook.com/groups/Mindset Mondays. I'd love to hear more about what fuels your soul. And I'd love you to share this episode as it comes up in your feed on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn and share it with your community and your colleagues. Click the share button. What landed with you? Where are you being selfish, caring for self so that you can serve others? And if you're uncomfortable doing it on social media, send me a direct message. I'd love to hear how this message is landing for you and what you're doing to fuel your spirit. And between now and next week, what mindset will you choose?